Rain chances are going to start increasing today and throughout the middle of the week, which will also help aid in some slightly cooler conditions. But out the door right now, certainly a warm start to the morning, a mix of sun and clouds, a temperature of 72 degrees. So today will be the real last hot day. Widespread 90s before we start to see some 80s alongside those increasing opportunities of a few showers and thunderstorms, in which right now no showers and thunderstorms, just clouds continue to increase, which will be the case throughout much of the day. It's going to be more so towards your late afternoon where we'll see a couple thunderstorms bubble up along towards the higher terrain, and even a few isolated thunderstorms for the big country in Contra Valley. This will be along an outflow boundary. Think of it as like a mini cold front, but the coverage overall will remain fairly low, with the highest coverage remaining towards the west, as we'll see a complex of thunderstorms that will develop along it to near New Mexico. This is going to try to push in towards the Permian Basin, but I think the highest coverage may actually be just towards the west. So in the Permian Basin, a bit more of an isolated to widely scattered shower and storm, but over into near areas like Pecos and New Mexico, that's kind of where I'm tracking, where we could be able to see the opportunity of some brief periods of some heavier rainfall, at least in terms of the higher possibility of seeing the higher rainfall amount. But working in towards the late morning, I think we could possibly see storms trying to get together into the Permian Basin. I'm not fully sold on that 12 p.m. mark just yet. I think it could be even a bit earlier. We'll be able to see these gradually move off towards the east, and it'll be a bit more kind of an isolated, the widely scattered storm chance towards the afternoon and evening, especially for the big country in Contra Valley, as activity fizzles out by your late evening hour. But overall, the bullseye is going to be into portions of New Mexico. I think isolated totals over an inch seem like a good possibility. I think into the basin especially, this is kind of the best case scenario. I think between a half an inch to an inch of rain could be possible, especially if those storms can track a bit more towards the east. But the big country, Contra Valley, maybe a tenth of an inch to a quarter of an inch, but I think it's going to be a lot more isolated than what this graph is showing in terms of the coverage of the rainfall amounts. But the flash flooding risk, I think, is going to be the primary threat, especially towards our western counties where we do have a level 2 out of 4 risk. But in some of the strongest of storms, we could also see some small hail and some gusty winds, but the severe potential overall is just going to stay fairly low as we work throughout the next couple of days, with the widely scattered storm chance across portions of West Texas. But you'll notice as we head closer towards the weekend, especially on Saturday, we drop it to about a 10% coverage. But temperatures will be into the middle 80s, at least as we work in towards the middle of the week, before we see warming conditions as we head in towards the weekend. So out the door right now, a mix of sun and clouds, a temperature of 72 degrees in Midland, 71 in Odessa, 66 into Alpine, warming up to 92 in Midland and Odessa, 93 in Abilene, 92 in San Angelo. 80s as we work towards the middle of the week. Coverage for the big country Contra Valley range from 20 to 40% for the next couple days. I think Friday will be a better opportunity for San Angelo and Abilene. I have us at a 30% coverage on Friday for the Permian Basin, but heading into the weekend, temperatures return back into the middle 90s. Cameron?